and welcome back to the Outer Wilds. I'm Duo. I'll be accompanying you on this curious journey. In our last episode, we checked out the orbital probe cannon, and we also checked out the Tower of Quantum Knowledge, that was in Brittle Hollow. Learned some interesting stuff there. We'll go ahead and recap here in the shuttle. There we go. Yep. There's the orbital probe cannon, the control, the launch, and the probe tracking module. I launched a Solanum shuttle out of a gravity cannon. You can't beat that. Alrighty, so starting with what we learned about the orbital probe cannon. It's broken, obviously, because it explodes at the beginning of each of our cycles due to the powers of over-enthusiasm of some of the Nomai who engineered it. It was created to find the precise location of the eye of the universe, and they pushed it hard. Control module recently received the request to fire the probe. It was just aligned to a randomly selected probe trajectory. It was successfully launched, but it was compromised in the process. The launch module was badly damaged, but I was able to use its projection pool to find the, what's it called? The probe tracking module, which appears to be in a deep, dark, scary place that I theorize is the core of Giant's Deep. Now, my name Privet countered they wouldn't be able to find the probe's data if it was destroyed, but you know, doesn't matter. It'll survive if, well, it only needs to survive one shot. And lo and behold, Privet was right. The probe tracking module is gone. It's receiving data from the launched probe. It would have been the first ones to see the coordinates of the eye of the universe, but it's been listed as missing. I did see it through a projection pool, and it looks like it's underwater, with purple electricity outside the viewport, very much like the core. Huh. And I missed something at the construction yard. I will have to go back and take a quick peek at that, as we are fixing to kind of be done with Giant's Deep and the orbital probe cannon for the time being, just until we figure out how we're getting beneath that layer of electricity, which Feldspar did find the way to get to. Let's see. Now, my name's Solanum landed the shuttle on the Quantum Moon. There's a shrine on the Quantum Moon to aid in the pilgrimage to the 6th location. Many Nomai went on a pilgrimage during which the Quantum Moon carried them to its 6th and most secret location. So there's, 5 places the Quantum Moon will go to. That'll go to the Hourglass Twins, Timber Hearth, Giant's Deep, the Dark Bramble, and I'm blanking on the last one. Brittle Hollow. The 6th location. It's not in this. Doesn't appear to be in our little solar system here. So it's a deep, dark secret that's being kept from us, but the Nomai freely knew. The Nomai built a shrine on the Quantum Moon to aid in the pilgrimage, just like it said. To explore the 6th location, the shrine must be on the North Pole. It's a deeply significant journey. There's so many Nomai back when the vessel, was mortally wounded in the Dark Bramble, and they sent out their escape pods. One of them never made it out. One of them made it to the Brittle Hollow, and the other one made it to the Ember Twin. And they didn't know if any of the other parties were okay. They kind of had to rebuild on their own until they were able to reconnect. But every night they looked up at the sky, and sometimes they saw the wandering Quantum Moon, and they shared that connection. Well, at least the 2 parties on Brittle Hollow and Ember Twin did. And so that's why it's a very deeply special place for them, And so once they got back together, it became their goal to figure out how to get on the moon, and then once they discovered what the 6th location was, it kind of brought some closure to that journey for them. I found Solanum's shuttle in the gravity cannon on Brittle Hollow, and looks like she landed, made her journey on foot, and This one's important. You always arrive on the South Pole, even though you need to go to the North Pole of the quantum moon. More wibbly-wobbly quantum stuff. Yeah. Is there anything else that's super new? So I need to check out the Northern Glacier on Brittle Hollow, and I need to check out the construction yard. Let me see if we can knock these two out real quick. Then we'll figure out where we're going from there. And steep first, just because it is right here and I can fly right into it. Lovely music. Sounds like space and banjos. Banjos in space. Oh, there's the quantum moon. Popped into view right when I switched to my cameras. So that's Gabbro's Island. There's the construction yard. Let's see if we can discover anything else here. And I broke my landing gear. Oh boy. Better figure that out real quick. Let's see. Thankfully nothing too important is damaged. It would help if I was wearing my suit. Much better. All better. Go down this way. So what did I miss? I saw that scroll there. I put that in there first thing. A neat little model here. Let's go ahead and ride this over here real quick. This thing. There's a message that it launched. Let's take a look at the control module projection stone. Just make sure I didn't miss anything super important here. Yep, we've read all this already. Huh. I think we read the stone that was over there too. I'm curious what else there might be to find here. Oh, when in doubt, let's take a peek. There's a stone here. How close I am to getting picked up by another tornado. Oof. That's a big oof. Tornado sounds, which means we're about to fly, I think. I'm just gonna stay attached to this right here and pray nothing too untoward happens. Okay, well, we're in space. Let's navigate around a little bit. Find my way into that, right over there. Hopefully. Lose my lunch in the process. Even though we've read this one before, it's talking about the model, I'm just going to go ahead and blaze through it, make sure that that's not one of the things I'm missing here. And are we in space again? Already? Oh my goodness. Oh, I think that was what I was missing. Even though we've already read this before. I have to read it here, I guess, to get the complete log entry. Yeah, and that just tells you how to get to the observatory to check out the, how you call it? The model they made of the tornadoes to figure out how to get down beneath that pushing current. Enough of that. Buckle up and get off of this planet before we get picked up by yet another tornado. Look at our computer here. See if we can mark that location on our HUD, just so we can get there a little easier. Yeah, it's clear on the other side of the solar system. That's why we get the fancy ship. Kills us not too often, hopefully. There's the Ember and the Ash Twins. We'll probably do a little more poking around over there as we are starting to piece together some mysteries here. And oh god, I'm going way too fast. Let's avoid. Nice. A little reverse slingshot slowed us down very nicely. And most importantly, we didn't die. Not this time, anyways. Used to be a structure there. I'll check it out. Ooh. Safe. Actually check out the surface integrity with your scout. So if I see a piece getting bombarded by, you know, rocks and whatnot, this will help you figure out how much longer it's got left. A lot of the pieces up here are doing pretty good at least. But this is what we need to be looking at. Already checked out the warp thingy. But there's a structure here. Let's see if we've read any of these yet. Oh, there's the jetpack refueling. That's a path to the Hanging City. That's a note about how they did white hole travel and, you know, the notes about, how you say, how, you know, how time is off between the arrival and departure times between the two. Anything else up here? Yeah, there's a little something up here. Death. That's what's up here. What are you? Has anyone observed the phantom moon that sometimes greets us in the night sky? Your thoughts interest me. I'm interested in your playful moon, Plume says. Is it much like its violent friend, the Hollow's Lantern? No, thankfully, I hope. This moon isn't volcanic, to my unaided eyes. Sometimes it leaves its friend, Hollow's Lantern, for nights at a time. The nights the moon circles this planet appear random. It seems to travel as it likes. I compliment your eyes, Thatch says. How do you imagine it disappears? Hypothesis. Could it be a shift in the light spectrum? Thatch. Imagine if there were 2 volcanic moons. Plume. Then I imagine there'd be none of us left. Hypothesis. There can't exist too much lava. Thatch. I strongly prefer we test the null hypothesis. I agree. There's too much lava as it is. All Alrighty. We'll come back and explore more of Brittle Hollow here in a while, but I think it's time we gave the Ember Twin and the Ash Twin some love. Let's start with the Ember Twin. Oh God, no, don't do that. I need to slow down. There's that thing going around the sun again. We will have to check it out at some point. Assuming we don't get knocked into next week by one of these things. Mostly safe. Sand going between the two planets, which is why they're called the Hourglass Twins. Here's another ship that looks an awful lot like ours. Is there a campfire to be seen? Aha! Hello there, who are you? Found Rybeck and Esker and Gabber already. So there's not a whole lot of you left. Don't think you're Feldspar, though. We'll see. Playing your drums. Got a big old telescope here. And a tiny telescope. Oh, that's a sound scope, maybe. You're Chert. You're the one who's all possessive of their research notes. Goodness, it's you. Hello. I take it your first launch went well then? Welcome to the Hourglass Twins. Mind the sand now. What are you up to? Hornfels asked me to update our star charts, so I'm out here observing. This is one of the best places in the solar system to spot astronomical events, you know? What's weird is I've actually seen a couple of supernovae today. Usually I'd be fortunate just to see one. Keep an eye or two on the stars and maybe you'll spot one yourself. I've seen enough supernova for today. What can I do for you? How do I know if I've spotted a supernova? Supernova look like extra bright stars to the naked eye, but if you zoom in with your signal scope, you can actually tell that they're enormous explosions. Massive stars go supernova at the end of their lifespans, which is why it's so unusual to see two in a single day. I wonder if some of these stars are older than we realized. What are you doing out here? Right now I'm documenting stars. Hornfels noticed our star charts were out of date, so they asked me to update them. Please don't tell the others I said this, but sometimes I think I'm the only traveler out here interested in doing any science at all. Maybe don't tell Hornfels either. I think they're pretty deep into denial. To be honest, I haven't left this lake bed. I don't mean to brag, but I'm really quite good with my little scout, so I've been taking pictures of everything from right here in my campsite. I've seen the old shipwreck site on Ember Twin's southern hemisphere. One shooting a bright beam of light into the night sky. It's not one of our own crashes, surprisingly enough. It's surprisingly enough, because they crash a lot. This one's a Nomai ship. You'll find Nomai ruins across the Twins, but strangely not a single settlement. Believe me, if there were one to see, I'd have seen it with my little scout. So where do they live? Not on the surface, clearly. The Ember Twin is full of cave systems, though. Maybe the answer lies underground. How dangerous is that big column of falling sand? On a scale of 1 to dead, I'd give it a 7 or 8. Awfully pretty, though. Right now sand is flowing from the Ash Twin to the Ember Twin, but did you know the process eventually reverses? We're not completely sure why the sand flows back and forth between the twins, but it seems to be a natural phenomenon. Like an hourglass. Oh, if you'd like to see something interesting, check out the other twin once a little more of its sand drains off. I promise you won't be disappointed. Just saying hi. Watch out for falling sand, okay? Had to dig myself out once or twice, and that's not half as fun as it sounds. I found something. I found Nomai writing about a hidden planet. How fascinating. It might interest you to know the existence of an additional planet is entirely plausible if you look at the physics of our solar system. It would just have to be incredibly far out there, farther than Harthian ships would be able to travel. And honestly, we don't know all that much about what's out there. The further you go, the less we know. As such, it's well within the realm of possibility that such a planet exists. I know my writing about the quantum moon. Oh yes, everyone loves a good mystery, don't they? Who wouldn't wonder about a moon that's sometimes there and sometimes not? I've observed the quantum moon orbiting each of the 5 planets, but sometimes it quite simply disappears from the sky to get altogether. Maybe there's another place it travels to. Yes, the mysterious 6th location. Unfortunately, if there is, I've never seen it. Perhaps if I take a closer look at these star charts, and then he just gets back to his drumming. Hey, Chert. It's a Chert! Got a cave? It's full of sand. Shouldn't mess around with that too much. We get crushed by sand. Already been crushed by an island sandwich, so let's avoid replicating that particular. Oh, is that the white hole all up on Timber Hearth? No, it just appears like it from this angle. Okay. Like, whoa, I've never seen that before. That's his ship, isn't it? My ship is over there. Right by him, in fact. Gosh dang doodly dang it. Nailed it. They said there is a Nomai crash site here. I'm interested in checking that out. Another gravity cannon looking thing. There is more here than Chert is noticing. Is that a quantum eye locator? Well, heck. Quantum moon, I'm sorry. Like quantum eye, didn't I? Okay, you don't want to sit down, do you? Do some forces repelling my ship here. Mellorai. This planet sometimes, and only sometimes, has a moon. This is also of note. It disappears if no one's watching it. Isn't that a fascinating orbital characteristic? This is my first time encountering a natural satellite with the ability to vanish when not being watched. We should study it. Or even better, we should travel there. So, this is another group of folks discovering the quantum moon and having very similar thoughts about it. Given its reluctance to move while it's consciously observed, it might be a form of macroscopic quantum mechanics. I agree. Our first step would be determining a method to track this phantom moon so that we can always know where it is. And they think so alike. I found your note, Mellorai. Kindly count me among this moon's admirers. What is happening when it disappears? I doubt it ceases to exist. Does it move to another location? Yes. Anona, I believe so. Not only does the moon appear around Brittle Hollow, I can confirm it sometimes orbits Timber Hearth as well. Oops. There we go. Sit up here and take a peek. I'll move around. Interesting. Interesting. There's another scroll. And a campfire. Yay! And jetpack fuel. More yay! I should listen to that recorder first time. Chert's research notes. Property of Chert. Oh, Chert. So possessive. Clearly, the Nomai were making astronomical observations here. They chose an excellent spot. What's this big rotating device for? What was it the Nomai were observing? I'd posit there's something special about the orange symbol on the device. Hal, the new astronaut, that's me. This new translator tool would be nice to have handy about now. Haha. Yep. You just had to make do on your own, didn't you, Chert? The orange symbol, I think, is the... That's the quantum moon. Anona, the quantum moon locator is functioning. We have markers for each of the planets the moon goes. Mallory. Anona. Burr. I just observed the quantum moon in orbit around Dark Bramble. I added a marker for Dark Bramble. Burr. I thought the locator now counted for all of the Phantom Moon's locations, but sometimes the locator can't tell where the moon is. Perhaps there's a problem with the device? Mallory. It's also possible there exists a sixth place in this star system to which the Phantom Moon travels. Nona, you have keen eyes, my friend. So this moon travels to a total of 5 locations, not 4. And then they posited maybe it's 6. And that's an angry-looking sun. On a scale of 1 to exploding, looks like, yep, the interloper's orbit is already cutting through it, so we've only got one more rotation, one more day in game. Maybe 6 or 7 minutes if I had to venture, I guess. Enough time to explore another wreck. Landing camera, that's how you do it. Nothing broken. I like it. There's escape pod 2. Haha! I'm in the light. Beat me up, Snotty! It also appears to be out here, right? Yeah. Looks pretty similar to the other one. Probably because they're all from the same ship. Nona, we need status reports for all systems, but initial things first. First things first. Is everyone unharmed? Bruce, our escape pod's passengers are afraid, but physically well. Anona, everyone survived the crash. Anona, that is a relief at least. You have my gratitude. Burr, were you able to find the other escape pod's distress signals? Burr, I can hear both signals somewhere in the star system, but I don't believe either escape pod crashed on the same planet as us. Yep. One on the Bramble, one here, one on the Brittle Hollow. Bonk. Begin flight log. Escape pod 2. Vessel has been mortally injured. Emergency sequence activated. Awaiting departure from vessel. Launching escape pod 3. Now launching escape pod 2. Collision imminent. Preparing for impact. Scanning external environment. Scan complete. External temperature is prohibitively high. Verdict. Inhospitable. Do not seek shelter on planet surface. Not on the surface, then where? Down? I think we're filling up with sand in here. I would not like to be around to see what happens if we fill up with too much sand. And that planet's looking a lot more naked over there. I'll have to go give it a look-see here soon. But not today. Is there anything else here on the surface that looks super interesting? I'm just going to leave my ship behind. If I die, I die, and we move on to the next episode where we go more in depth here on the Ember Twin. Round and round he goes. Where he stops, or is stopped, nobody knows. I'm going to go check out that gravity cannon. I think it's already pretty full. Oof. Oh, that's handy. There's a little bit of a hole here. Oh God, I'm stuck and the sand is rising. So it must be harder to explore this planet the later you go in the day. That's what I'm going with. Let me put my signal scope and find Chert. So we probably just have enough time to say hello. He's the astronomer, so I have curious what he thinks about this big red angry sun that's not quite as yellow or as docile as it was earlier. Also, I need some marshmallows because I'm gonna die. Okay, Chert, I need that good. Fully healed. Magic marshmallows. The stars! They're all dying! There have been too many supernovae for it to be anything else. We're next, do you understand? Our sun! By Earth's name! We're next! What do you mean we're next? The stars, you see, all the other stars are dying out. Oh, why did we have to be born at the end of the universe? And our sun, Star charts, why? Why did I want to update them so badly? I didn't have to know, but no. Oh no, I had to update the star charts. I had to go looking for things I shouldn't have. Now our sun's about to... I don't feel well. I'd like to be alone, please. Why are the stars dying? I don't know. They're old, far older than we realized, and now all of them are dying. What does it matter? It doesn't matter at all. Nothing matters anymore. All my research, my life's work, wasted. Wasted, do you understand? He is not happy. I don't blame him, though. About to die. Found something. Why isn't that great? Do you know what? I found a few things myself. Most of them have to do with the sun exploding. Oh, who cares? What does it matter? Nothing matters anymore. Same difference. Well, you know what? I'll hang out with you until the end. I'm gonna take a nap. Nice little nappy nap. How close are we? Anything else? Does your dialogue change even more? All of his lines change. How dangerous is that big column of falling sand? Not as dangerous as about what's about to happen to our entire solar system. He's having a rough time. Should I explore out here? Where should you go? Where can anyone go? Can't you see it's too late now? Well, who cares? What are you doing out here? The star charts. It's all the star charts' fault. I didn't have to know, but oh no, I had to update the star charts. Oh. Same thing as before. Oh, that is fair. Take another nap. Hopefully wake up before the end. Well, there's the ending music, so we can take a nap and wake up right as the universe is ending. Chert. Oh, hello. Come sit with me, my fellow traveler. Let's sit together and watch the stars die. Sure, why not? We only get so much time, don't we? Ah, there's still more I wanted to do. I'm lucky to have been born at the end of the universe. He keeps on saying that. Is the universe really ending? Let's zoom in out there. There's a supernova. Lots of stars are exploding, so maybe we're getting close to the end of this natural universe. Or at least this section of the universe. Any minute now. Look at that sick view. I love you, Chert! Love you, man! Ah! Oof. Man, that's rough. Or Chert, you know, being the astronomer, I think he can kind of see what's going on with the star as it expanded to a red giant, and he's seeing the other stars and the locale starting to snuff out. He's like, oh, maybe this quadrant of space is not doing so hot, or it's about to be a lot hotter, actually. But that was an interesting little adventure. Got to meet up with Chert, sharing his existential crisis. You know, we got to check out the Nomai wreckage before it filled up with sand. That was pretty cool. We checked out the what remained on the northern glacier of Brittle Hollow, just to kind of take that off the list. And got the missing line from the construction yard, which was the exact same thing we'd already read before, but our computer needed to process that. Well, I'm gonna call this one here. Thank you all so very much for watching. I greatly appreciate you, each one of you. I'm certainly looking forward to seeing you all in the next video. Wherever you go, wherever you are, be curious.